Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about something that we have all gone through, the feeling of giving up. We all have been there. I was there a few weeks ago. I wanted to end everything because the doubt and fear was too much to handle and I was so worried. So it seemed to me that giving up was the easiest escape plan. But trust me, it's not. If you have experienced wanting to give up on your dream, I reassure you that with these 11 tips that I'm going to give you now, you can change your thinking to reach your goal. So keep watching. Don't expect faster results. People today are more impatient. They just want to get things done quickly. But it doesn't work that way. It's infinitely better to make slow and steady progress rather than go too fast, get off track and lose time while you're blaming yourself than have to start all over again. We want things to happen in a particular time frame defined in our own minds, not beyond. When things begin to take longer than we had anticipated, we get frustrated and fed up. It happens to everyone, but good things really do come to those who wait and see things through. So how do you do that? When you set a goal, always think from the long-term goal's perspective. For example, let's say you want to lose weight. Most people work out with a short-term goal in mind. You can see it in a different way. The goal is not to lose 40 pounds in the next 12 weeks. The goal is to regain your health for the rest of your life. The goal is not to lift 300 pounds, but the goal is to be the guy who never misses a workout. So the next time you do a task, instead of focusing on quick results, commit for the long term. Don't stop believing in yourselves. Most of us fail because we simply don't believe in ourselves. The time when you don't believe in yourself is the time when you compare. When you compare yourself with others, you tend to believe that you can't do when your friend can't do it. But that is not true. How do you know you can do something if you haven't even tried it in the first place? Even if you have tried and failed, there is no reason to give up. You simply have to try it again until you do it better. You will fail only when you give up. If you are still trying it, then you are not failing, you are learning. In order to keep trying, you need to have a firm belief that at the end, you will somehow do the task no matter what. Now, how can you do that? Belief can never be created or destroyed. It's simply tapped into or ignored. It boils down to a matter of focus. If you focus on the negative aspects of whatever you are going through and think in your mind that you are going to fail or you want to give up, then you will. Think positively on the other hand, with utter belief in your abilities and the future, and you will pull through. It will just take time. Don't get stuck in the past and dwell on mistakes. Time is the most valuable possession you have. It is the most mysterious currency known to mankind. Don't waste such a treasure by spending your energy trying to fix the past. Sometimes you might think that you might never achieve true happiness and that your goals are so far away that you could have reached them by now if you had made different decisions. But if you allow your regrets to paralyze you, you will never be happy. There are some people who become comfortable with their past achievements. Well, there is nothing wrong in remembering your past accomplishments, but you need to make sure that you don't get too comfortable. Sitting on the sofa thinking about past glories can be a nice thing to do from time to time, but don't let yourself become fat and lazy. If you are still talking about what you did yesterday, you haven't done much today. So when you make mistakes, your mind might have a hard time differentiating between true mistakes that you can learn from and little blunders or awkward moments that are really just a part of everyday life. Mistaking the awkward moments for serious mistakes can leave you worrying, and you will not be able to concentrate on new opportunities in the present. In order to let the past go, you must forgive yourself officially. Feel the embarrassment or the shame one final time. Really, feel it throughout your body. Next, tell yourself that everyone makes mistakes and you know that outcome was not your intention. It was an accident. Finally, make the decision to forgive yourself and do it. It helps to even say it out loud. From now on, it's okay. You're forgiven. Don't fear the future. Everyone has experienced some sort of fear of the future, whether it's something that you know is going to happen or if it's something you fear might happen. The fear of the uncertain or unknown is part of human nature, and it is one of our oldest fears. We don't fear the future, but what we fear is something we don't like happening. This could be change, pain, suffering, or failing. Some of these fears aren't even realistic, like fear of failing. You don't know if you're going to fail. In fact, there is just as much of a chance of you becoming successful. Do you fear that? You can't predict the future. The only real influence you have is when you get into a certain mindset that you start to work towards that thought, good or bad, with or without you knowing about it consciously. Your subconscious mind works in mysterious ways and sometimes it can bring your fears into reality. Don't get caught up in this kind of thinking. Each day is full of endless possibilities. Start with a smile. You're in control of your attitude every morning, so keep it optimistic. Embrace change. When I look back, I realize that all the good things in my life are the results of changes that occurred in the past. Now, why should you change? Reason number 1, personal growth. You grow and learn new things every time something changes. You discover new insights about different aspects of your life. You learn lessons even from changes that did not lead you to where you wanted to be. Reason number 2, improvements. We all have things in our lives we'd like to improve. Finances, job, partner, house, etc. All of us know that nothing will improve by itself. So we need to do things differently to make that happen. Without change, there'd be no improvements. Reason number 3, new beginnings. Each change is a turning page. It's about closing one chapter and opening another one. Changes bring new beginnings and excitement to life. Having said that, how can you embrace change? All you need to do is to analyze your life and find the negatives. The sooner you become aware that the change is going to happen and become open to accepting it in your life sooner, the better off you will be. Think about your life and how you are progressing. Never believe in your weakness. While it is good to know your weakness, do not believe in them. When you find out your weaknesses, you know you need to improve on them, but it does not mean you do not have your strengths. Remember, your aim is not necessarily to convince anyone that you are the world's best person, but rather that you are the right person for the task at hand. The key is to try and match the needs and abilities of the role with your skill set and personality. So stop believing in your weaknesses and start working on your strengths. Always find ways to solve your problems first with your strengths. You could become mediocre when you focus on your weaknesses, but focusing on your strengths can take you to excellence. So go ahead and play with your strengths. Do not fear failure. You need to understand that it is okay to fail. When people fail, they tend to think that they aren't worthy of achieving their goal or dream. It isn't a matter of failing, it's a matter of not giving up. It's a matter of continuously pushing yourself forward. Failure can be disheartening. It's okay to feel disheartened, but it's not okay to stop believing in yourself and your ability to see things through. The only real thing that separates a successful person from a failure is persistence. Visualize what is possible. Visualization is a powerful technique for refining your self-image and making important changes in your life. It involves imagining positive scenes. You can use visualization to achieve specific goals. See yourself finally getting that raise, earning that college degree, excelling in your favorite sport. In short, being and doing and having what you want in life. Visualization works because your mind can't tell the difference between a visualization and an actual event. And since the mind controls the body, it causes a similar psychological reaction to imaginary experiences as to real experiences. So here are a few tips to help you visualize. Take a few minutes to select a future time period. Example, 6 months, a year, 5 years from now, and imagine that at that time you are expressing your best possible self strongly. Visualize your best possible self in a way that is very pleasing to you and that you are interested in. Imagine it in close details where you have worked hard and succeeded at accomplishing your life goals. You might think of this as reaching your full potential, hitting an important milestone, or realizing one of your life dreams. The point is not to think of unrealistic fantasies, rather things that are positive and attainable within reason. After you have a fairly clear image, write about the details. Writing your best possible self down helps to create a logical structure for the future and can help you move from the fantasy to real possibilities. Do not overwork. Numerous research studies have shown that overworking will impair your sleep, and a study of more than 10,000 civil servants in London found that white-collar workers who worked 3 or more hours longer than a normal 7-hour day had a 60% higher risk of heart-related problems than the white-collar workers who didn't work overtime. Moreover, you are more likely to make mistakes due to the stress and exhaustion. According to a 2011 study from the University of Illinois, people can easily lose focus and lose sight of the bigger picture if they work on it continuously without stopping. Now don't get me wrong, hard work yields success, but the flip side is that after working past a certain point, the quality of work diminishes, taking a heavy mental, emotional and physical energy. Eventually, it can diminish the quality of your life. In order to avoid that, you need to commit to stop overworking yourself. Practice saying no. If you want to keep a manageable schedule, only take up things that help you expand in your career and learn. Focus on finishing what matters. While you might have a running list of tasks that need to be accomplished on any given day, oftentimes they don't actually have a strict deadline. In order to keep yourself from burning out, prioritize your daily to-dos with what is most important to what can be bumped back to a slower day. Getting stuff done is fine, but getting the right stuff done is what really matters. Not everything needs to be accomplished in one day. All human beings are different. Some require more sleep and downtime than others. It's up to you to determine when you are at your best. At what point do you peak and begin to lose effectiveness? Knowing these personal details can help you gauge how many extra hours you are capable of giving to special projects. Don't assume your problems are unique. Whenever something bad happens to us, we feel like we are the only ones suffering from this. We constantly blame God for this, that why God, why this happened to me, why only me? But we are not the only ones. There might be a lot of others experiencing the same whom we are unaware of. This might be due to because we compare our lives with other people who seems to be very happy and we want the same thing that they possess. We forget the main purpose of our life. We forget that others have their own path of learning and we are on our own. You never know that they might be here to accomplish something which you have already accomplished. The best way is to open up your mind and look around you in every detail, and more importantly, cultivate reading habits. Lastly, don't see failures as a signal to turn back. Failure is only failure if you fail to learn from it. As long as you learn from every failure, you're not failing, you're learning. You should never make the same mistake twice. It's okay to make new mistakes every time. Conquering the fear of failure is a topic for an entirely different video, but for now, it is sufficient to say that if you truly wish to rise to greatness, you must conquer your fear of failure. If you want to be successful, there are two things you can do today that will help you get there. Number 1, decide today that you will never give up, no matter what. Number 2, decide today that you will fail as much as possible in order that you may someday have a chance to succeed. Of course, you will need to do much more to succeed than simply make these two decisions. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have something to say and like this video if you really enjoyed it. I will be uploading more videos like this every week, so don't forget to subscribe.